Hello, Dr. Cranky's back again. Last episode we showed you how to pump up a tyre. This time we're going to show you how to use a presta valve adapter on a presta valve and how to overcome some difficulties with valves when they're stuck and you can't get the pump on. So sometimes when you get a tyre like this or a wheel like this, the valve is stuck up inside, and if you try to put your pump on, it won't engage on it, and so you'll do this and it won't pump. Stop pumping. What you first have to do is pull that valve down. Sometimes you have to struggle and wriggle it around and pull it down and hold it in. So sometimes when I do this, it'll push back up. So you've got to hold your thumb on the top here, just keep the valve down, and then put the pump on, and then start pumping. Also, sometimes when the tyre's been flat for a while, it can rotate, right, in the tyre. The tube can rotate in the tyre and it won't pull down. So what you have to do is deflate get all the air out, and then rotate the rim and with the tyre, and then you can pull it down. So you can see how that pushes it sideways. You've got to get it vertical to pull it down. And when it's like that, when it's flat, you're going to have to push down with your thumb to keep the valve steady. So if I do this, sometimes it pushes the valve in. So you've got to pull this out, wiggle it out, push your thumb on it, keep it there before you push the valve on, and then it's on. So that's two quite common problems with that. Back to the presta valve, remember that's the thin one. If you've got a normal type of pump, like this one with a big hole, it won't fit on that unless it's one of those smart valves. But if you've got a normal one, it's not going to fit on there and you're not going to be able to pump it up. So you need a presta valve adapter, which looks a bit like that, tiny little thing. You wind that button out, right, so it's fully out. Then you put the presta valve adapter on, you wind it on, and then you can use your normal pump on that one. Or if you've got this sort of pump here, you just wind that on to the end until you hear that psh, a little bit of air, and then you can pump that one. That's how you use that. What I tend to do is just leave that on there so I don't lose it. If you're not going to leave it on there, easy to lose, take it off, wind that back on. But I tend, if I've only got that certain sort of pump and I know I'm going to leave it, I leave one on the bike, so I've always got it. So that's that one there. We also showed you, or told you, about pumps with two different holes with different types of valves. They look a bit like that. Can you see that? There's two different holes there. One's for the presta and one's for the Schrader. So the presta goes on, a small hole goes on there, and this will be the end of a pump or a floor pump. And then the big one for the Schrader valve. And it locks on. Oh. So that's that. A few other things about pumping up tyres. Next episode we'll show you what to do when you pump up the tyre and it's got a hole in the tube, in which case you'll have to take the tube out and replace it. So we'll show you how to do that, how to take the wheel off and replace the tube. I'm looking at the bike over there which we're going to work on. I'll see you then. See ya.